Yeah, it's Lil Kenny Russell, Canoon, Connoisseur Moon. You already know what you're gonna get when you step in the room. You're now dealing with Canoon. Yeah, I'm here. And while I'm here, I'm gonna make the information direct and clear because a lot of y'all can't hear. Yeah. Now, welcome back to Make My Ancestors Great Again. This is My Thoughts 74. And all this week, we've been dealing with God. All of them is named My Thoughts on God. All of them. I wasn't able to get to you on Monday. I had a lot of stuff going on in my own life, my personal life, not YouTube life. So I wasn't able. I'm sorry, I didn't have the availability of time to record that day. So I apologize for that because I want to give my fans continuous content. And a lot of people thinking to themselves, let me turn this, let me mute this. I apologize for that. That this channel or whatever that I'm speaking about is against God. They've never seen any of my content or material. None of this stuff is to put a person against God. You can have all the God you want. I say it all the time. It's not to take anything or anybody away from God. It's to restore spirituality, which was taken away from you at the time somebody gave you God. See, when they give you a God, a man-made God in a package, all set up God and the doctrine that God comes in that container is everything you need. You never need to invoke no spirituality because it's set up. When you want to see God, you turn to scripture, so and so and so and so. Okay, so what we've been speaking about this week is the conduct of this God. On Tuesday, we did the Noah's Ark story. And reason for me bringing that up is to show you the conduct of this God. One of the laws that gave Moses right early on was the Ten Commandments. This is how the story goes now. This is what they told us. And one of them is thou shalt not kill. But in the Noah's Ark story, he got so beside himself with the people saying, man, all they thinking about is misery, death, and stealing and slutting around and all this old type of stuff. I'm paraphrasing, but I'm just saying this guy didn't know that. So it got so bad and detrimental that he said, I'm going to do you a favor. He said this to the world. I'm going to kill everybody. Okay. Again, I'm using analogies and paraphrasing. This is not how it's worded in the Bible. Okay. This is me now. This is Lil Kenny 101. I'm just explaining to you what we've been going over this week. So on Tuesday, I showed he has a murderous conduct and he can disregard any one of the commandments when he wants to. So that's a horrible way of having conduct. That was Tuesday. Wednesday, which was yesterday, I did the Job story. Now, the story of Job is a well known story, and Job is one of the most liked characters in the Bible narratives and the Bible stories. He had seven daughters, three sons, 7,000 oxen, 3,000 she asses. He was one of the richest men in the world, and he loved God. So he would do nothing against God, even though God made a deal behind his back with the devil. Okay, according to Job 12, I believe. Job 12, you can go read it. I believe it's 4 through 7. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But um, it was Job in the book of Job. He had a deal and all that type of stuff with God. I mean, God made a deal with the devil because the God had a council and the devil was there and they made a deal. Hey man, try Job out. I bet you can't get him to curse my name. You can do whatever you want to do to him. Just don't kill him. And God and the devil deal like this here. Again, paraphrasing, shook, and they had a bet. And I guess at the end, God won the bet because Job has so much integrity, moral, and conduct to where he loved the Lord so much, he was never going to disrespect God. So the devil lost that. But my thing is, why did the Lord do that? Where's the Lord's conduct? He totally disrespected the man that respected him. So that's disrespect. That's not a good code of conduct. Okay. So today I'm going to show you another bad code of conduct. See, this God, if you're going to be a good general and you say, hey, man, we don't uh, shoot at each other, friendly fire, however the military has it. I'm just making things up. Okay. We don't shoot our brothers. We don't manhandle each other. We might do a little couple of test runs on the uh, you know, different runs and testing out different war tactics, but we don't kill each other. We don't disrespect each other, all these type of things, right? and you do everything that you're telling your team not to do. We don't stand for that. And you do it. They see you abusing all these conducts and these codes. That wouldn't be a good leader. So in my opinion, through all these stories, and we nutshelling it out, rounding it out to this God, he's not a good leader. Okay. So let's take a look at this. This is Revelations, I believe, 7 through 9. And we're gonna let the Bible read and see what it says. It's more conduct about God and what he got going on. Okay. So like, share, subscribe, comment, and I thank you for watching. It's not to take God from you. This is to restore your spirituality. You can keep all the God you want. Makes me no difference.
And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon. And the dragon fought and his angels, and prevailed not. Neither was their place found any more in heaven. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him.
Okay, now that's Revelations 12, 7 through 9. The title stems, a war broke out in heaven. Okay. Now I'm an inquisitive person and I like to inquire and I like to question things. What the hell is going on in heaven? That hell and people from hell and fire and shooting and just paraphrasing. You got to duck under your chair, knives and blows being thrown in heaven. What the hell is going on with God that he got war? I want to say hell, but that's the same thing. Death and war and destruction is nothing but hell. This is the stuff you would think that's going on in hell, but nah, you got it in heaven. So this God that hey, don't cheat on your taxes. Don't eat too much salt. Don't eat no pork. The Bible says don't marry a second wife. All these rules you have to stay up under and abide by. But this God can act a plumb damn fool whenever he get ready to. He can disrespect and disregard all code of conduct and any morality, any respect, any integrity, anytime he wants. But you have to stay under it. Now, this man, God, in the most illustrious place a person can even, in its figment of his imagination, think of, it's a war breaking out in heaven. Now, they never told me this as a kid. They never taught me and you that war was in heaven because you're supposed to do all the right things to get there. And you mean to tell me when you get there, get under the table. Here come the dragon. Here comes Satan. Here come the serpent. Are you serious? Now, come on. Now, let's continue with the story. It's a man named Michael. And I looked it up. I said, who in the hell is Michael? Michael, it says, is the equal. This man is the equal to God. Okay, but Christianity believes that they're monotheism. They believe that they have one God. Now, when you got a man named Michael who's equal or the equivalent to God, he's the most mightiest angel in the world. But it said he's equal to God. He got a spear in the right hand to kill people with. And he got a palm tree. I don't know what that palm branch means in his other left hand. But he's so bad, he's equal to God. Look it up. That's how the story goes now. Because you have to look up who in the hell is Michael. So Michael, a big dragon came out. Proverbially, we know it's the devil, but a big dragon come in there. Him, the big dragon, Satan, and the serpent that they kicked down there in Genesis, I guess. All this happening in Revelations. So he was doing bad in the creation story, messing around with Adam and Eve, and then he made his way on up to heaven. The nigga been doing bad since Genesis. Excuse my language. This serpent been doing bad since Genesis. How did he make it up in heaven in Revelations? I mean, come on, man. The man should never be in no heaven where little children, super saints, sick people, just law-abiding citizens and respecters of God and nice Christian and Muslim and anybody else, whatever heaven supposed to mean to them, it's vowing to get there, and you got trouble breaking out. Trouble is lurking up in heaven. Okay. Some people go a little further. That's why they got another heaven. God created another heaven, 6 heaven, 7 heaven. Man, shut up. What was wrong with the original heaven? See, God don't have no type of code of conduct. He doesn't follow any of it. He disregard every rule, but you stay under the rules that he put forth. Fighting and killing and shooting and stabbing. They didn't have guns, but again, I'm just talking. Beating and killing people and casting people down. That's going on in heaven. That's supposed to be cleared out before the book was ever written. Clear that out so when people get to heaven, this land of milk and honey, as we was taught, none of that would even one inclination in their mind wouldn't even come to their mind and say, hey man, the dragon might come, get under your bed later. God gonna have some people, Archangel Michael and them gonna be beating some people up tonight. But after that, you're gonna have your milk and honey. I would never want to go to heaven if it's a war up there. And I don't give a damn who don't like what I'm saying. I will never want to go to heaven discussed how it is in Revelation. Too bad. You don't like it? Hey, these are my thoughts and my opinions. Now let's break this all down. And the reason why God come into play, why am I trying to bring God to the council? Why am I saying all this about God? God had heaven set up. See, in your mind, my father had many mansions, and I'm gonna be in one of them mansions, land of milk and honey. I ain't gonna have to do nothing when I get to heaven. I'm gonna have this, I'm gonna have that, because you taught you get everything in the hereafter. Whatever you don't have here, especially people that look like me, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, any names, Sojourner Truth, uh, anybody you can name has caught hell on this planet looking like me, and we supposed to have ours wait on God, Jesus the Christ, dead white man on the cross, Yahshua, Yahshua, Yahweh, Yahshua, all these silly names, and we will get everything we're supposed to have. Live roses and milk and honey and cream, peachy cream in the afterlife. See, I don't want none of that. I want mine right here on the ground like everybody else get. And my respect and my understanding and my knowledge of my people who had all this stuff I'm talking about without dying, I have that right here with the pride and the knowledge and the self-esteem that I've had in learning my history. So this book here is not my history. None of this is historical to my people. People be trying to mix up Africans and people, Hebrews, this is us. You can take this silly story, you can claim it. I don't want it. My African people is nowhere in this book getting slayed and viciously murdered whenever God say, hey, go kill him and take up some land from other people. Because God he act a damn fool whenever you want to. So let's go word for word on this and we out. Okay.
And there was war in heaven.
And there was war in heaven. Revelations 12, 7 through 9. And there was war in heaven. Okay. That's how the story goes now.
Michael and his angels fought against the dragon.
Michael and his angels fought against the dragon. See, the dragon came up there and God sicks him. Hey, Michael, y'all get out there, go do your thing. He got bodyguards and stuff ready sitting outside the gates of heaven. Bodyguards just in case somebody attack heaven. Come on, man. This is a man writing this stuff. Ain't no vicious attack gonna be on no paradise. When you fly to Hawaii, they don't say, hey, man, this is the Waikiki Beach Hotel. Every now and then we get maniacs to come through here and attack and try to kill and plummet, but just stay in a room and we'll bring you a coconut and a pineapple and you'll be all right. That's part of the vacation. If it don't happen over there, why would it happen in God's heaven? You can take this stuff and you can shove it.
And the dragon fought and his angels and prevailed.
And the dragons fought with his angels. See, the devil got angels too, bodyguards and stuff waiting to kill. Because he got to have whatever God have. God is allowing this. And Job, again, that's another thing. God has to allow the devil to do anything. So when he busts up to the window of heaven, guess who told him he can do it? God. That's how the story goes now. God had came to the council in Job, the book of Job, to submit himself and present himself to God. That's how the story goes now. So God has to allow the devil to do any devilish work. That's why I said when you say, hey, man, the devil is busy. No, it's not. God is allowing the devil to be busy. Okay, I get a little upset and I go off track, but let's stay with this.
Not.
Neither the devil and his angels prevailed not.
Neither was their place found any more in heaven.
And neither was their place found any more in heaven. So they could not beat Michael and his angels. Though the dragon and the devil and his angels, they tried. They just couldn't prevail over it because Michael was he's equal to God. That gotta be his brother or his partner. But it tell you in the same Bible, there's no equals to God. See, it's a book of lies and contradiction, as I've been explaining. Not to take it away from you, but I'm pointing it out to you so that you can make your own, you know, you can decipher between the two. Is it reality to you? Is it historical to you? Is it spiritual to you? If you deem it so, you keep it. Me, I don't deem it so. This is a book of flat out lies. It's allegory, mythology, and fiction. And most of it is flat out goddamn lies. Okay. Now, he couldn't prevail because the man Michael is equal to God, as I was going into. But in the book of the Bible, say God doesn't have no equals and he don't have no partners. But if you look Michael up outside of the Bible, of course, who the hell is Michael? They're gonna say he's the equivalent and the equal to God. This is how the story goes now, but he has no equals. So it's all contradicting and it's a bunch of silliness because this was never intended to be reality. These are mythological stories and allegorical stories that they made real. See, the European did this, but you saying it's an African book. I don't understand why y'all want to claim this silliness.
And the great dragon was cast out, that old
And the great dragon was cast out. I guess the Lord said, now get up.
serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world.
And the old serpent and the devil called Satan, the serpent and the snake that deceived the whole world. That's another lie because you got to remember what I said. In Job, the Lord the Lord was having a council meeting and the devil came to bring himself in front of the Lord and say, hey, man, I'm making myself accountable. Got anything for me to do? And the Lord put him on that mission with Job. This is how it always been. When the devil get in front of this God, this Lord, he's humble. He's a humble servant. He sit there and shiver and wait for his orders. That's how the story goes. So he has to wait. Like it said, the snake and the serpent deceived the whole world. No, he didn't. God allowed him to deceive and deceive the whole world because that's what God wanted. So when a person grandmother is sitting there suffering and your brother is sitting there getting 100 years and he's really innocent and a stray bullet shot a little girl and all that, the Lord God let these things happen. I'm not carrying on. This is what the Bible teaches. I hate to try to sound like I'm kicking it around, but I'm letting you know how the story goes now. That's all.
He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him.
So the devil and his angels was cast out onto the earth. And the big dragon, the serpent, the snake, Satan, they all in one, but they broke him up on that. After Michael whooped all that ass, he said, hey, get out. Don't come back down here. The Lord cast him out and said, you will never find your place in heaven again. That's my thoughts on the video and the scripture, Revelation 12, 7 through 9. You can read it for yourself. I did a lot of paraphrasing, but I'm trying to drive points home so you can see that the Bible is a book of contradiction, lies, written by fallible men that you deem infallible, but they're very fallible. They make mistakes. The stories are incorrect, no chronology. Nothing's going on correct in the Bible, but people live and die by it. It's Lil Kenny Russell, Kanoom, Consul Moon. You already know what you're going to get when you step in the room. You're now dealing with Kanoom. This is what I do, and I love to do it. And before I take back what I said, I add some more to it. God gives you 10 rules, but it's hundreds in there that you must not do. And you abide by every one, trying your best to get into this heaven that he told you about. Many mansions, land of milk and honey. Oh, man, you'll have your way. And now you see in Revelations that it's a war breaking out in heaven. Okay. This is what the Bible is saying. So you waste all your time having good conduct, good moral, good morality, good integrity. Hey, man, I love my neighbor. I'm not going to disrespect people. No swearing, no cursing. And God has none of the conduct that he instills in each person that he tells to believe this silly, foolish Bible. Like, share, subscribe, comment, and I thank you for watching.